The time is 5 o'clock on this Monday evening, July 17th, 2017. It's time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Monday evening, July 17th, 2017. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter J. Wiggins. It is 5 o'clock. Top story in the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Monday evening is Trump officials open border to 15,000 more foreign workers. Modern-day presidential really isn't working for Trump. Minneapolis police officer fatally shoots an officer in Barnaby under mysterious circumstances. Amid uncertainty about McCain's health, Senate returns with a GOP agenda in flux. Trump must release Mar-a-Lago visitor logs. Cater study crisis shows Trump administration Discord dysfunction. U.S. Surgeons Corporation and MH17 investigation. U.S.-Russia talks resume. Moscow demands DACA's return. Venezuelan opposition calls for general strike over Maduro plans. On a Made America Week, Rada spends imported Trump products. How to follow. Indiana, 40 released sketch of suspect in murder of 2 teens found in the woods. The United States and allies must have a clear strategy to win the fight against the Islamic State to prevent further chaos in Iraq, and Syria, experts said. The European Union's Foreign Affairs Council restricted exports of flammable boats and outboard motors in an effort to curb the smuggling of migrants. American Institute of Taiwan chairman reaffirmed strong U.S. commitment to the Taiwan Relations Act and seeks to resolve trade issues between both nations. The United States Special Representative of North Korea possibly is visiting Myanmar this week. Google must partially comply with a Labor Department's request for 19 years' worth of payday as part of a gender discrimination investigation, judge ruled. The Tran Fund Management investment firm has said it nominated Nelson Peltz on board to see Procter & Gamble shake-up to stall consumer products giant. The D8 Las Vegas Metropolitan Police said it investigated weekend break-in the office of Republican Senator Dean Heller. The Kremlin announced Monday that any conditions threat to return the UN to seize Russian compounds in the United States were unacceptable. Mansfield police are still investigating the accident last Saturday in Brent Street in which a landscaper was seriously hurt when a trailer was struck by a car. Netflix adds 5.2 million subscribers. Correction estimate stock surged more than 10%. Delta tells Ann Coulter she could have $30 back, but she won't stop raging on Twitter. Trademark shows Amazon has sites and meal kits, single car burgers, and other fast food options. Look at that, stocks now. Down 8.02 points at 21,620 for 72. SP 5 down 13 cents at 24.50 down for 14. And Nasdaq up 1.97 points at 6,314.43. Drifting in other Gasper gauge 68 clears up open water. Astronomers don't know what's causing these radio waves on a nearby star. NASA unveils new maps of Pluto moonshine for 5th anniversary. Artificial sweeteners don't help people lose weight. Review finds. Chagas disease and legal case. An explainer. And marijuana ruined by Massachusetts High Court first case of its kind in the country. Peter Joe News time. 5:03 on this Monday evening. It's time now for a sports report. Boston Red Sox square up against the Toronto Blue Jays at first for a 4th game series. Game time 7:10 p.m. at Fenway Park. Pittsburgh Steelers LeBron Bell failed to reach deal by deadline. Los Angeles Lakers Lonzo Ball suffers a calf tendon exits summer game. BC picked it last in the division in ACC preseason ball. The Houston Rockets are officially at sale, and the price tag should be astronomical. Peter Joe News time is 5:04 on this Monday evening. 7 after a transit park. Baby! Let's study our film too where the subway commuter rail on the ferries they are all looking good. Okay, look at the highways and byways of New England on this Monday evening. 95 on both ends. It's slow between 10 and Crescent on it. The downtown part around Route 195. 146 on both ends back between 295 by Route 99 and Lincoln Rhode Island stretch. Cape Cod, 16 eastbound side. It's over the Bunchville stretch before Route 132, and then it breaks to the westbound side around Howard stretch. Route 3 on the southbound side is back between Marshfield and Plymouth. 45 on the southbound side. It is backed up between 24 Raynham and 44 Middleburg. 95 southbound stop slow between Route 1 and Sharon all the way to Route 45 in Mansfield. 24 on the southbound side is back between 45 in Raynham and to Route 44 in Taunton. 3 in the southbound side, so between the Braintree Split and all the way down to Route 18 Weymouth. 120 southbound side, delay between 109 and Westwood all the way out to Route 24 in Canton. 120 to the northbound side, it is so around the Braintree Split, Southern Express to the southbound side, so between the Braintree Split down to the Mass Pike. Southern Express to the northbound side, so between the Split all the way out to Dorchester, Mass Pike, East. Mass Pike on both ends is back between South Boston and Logan Airport and Boston. Mass Pike westbound side is backed up all the way down the Altamont Tolls, and then hit brakes again for Brighton Newton, and then hit brakes again from 120 western all the way at Route 9 in Framingham. Mass Pike eastbound side also from 120 and then western all the way at Newton Corner. 120 southbound side slow between 2 and Lexington and all the way Route 9 in Wellesley. 120 to the northbound side between 2 and Lexington and all the way down to Wakefield. 120 to southbound side is backed up between Beverly and down to Peabody. 93 to northbound side is slow between Boston and 120 Redding. 93 both ends down to Boston is backed up. 3 on the northbound side, stop and go between 120 Building all the way up to Chelmsford. 495 on the northbound side, it is backed up between Westford all the way down to Chelmsford, and 495 on the southbound side is backed up between 20 and Andover all the way out to Route 3 in Chelmsford. 495 on the northbound side, it is slow around the Andover stretch around Route 28. 495 on the southbound side, stop and go between 62 and Berlin all the way down around 135 in Hopkins. And 495 on the northbound side, also around Route 20 Marlborough. 290 westbound side, so between 190 and Worcester all the way up to Route 122. 91 on the southbound side, it is so for the Hadley stretch. 290. I was in Zimbabwe at Springfield vicinity out, looking good. Down in Connecticut, 91 on both ends back between South Windsor down to Harvard, Connecticut. 91 on the northbound side, also before I-84 Harvard, Connecticut. 84 eastbound side, also between New Britain all the way to downtown Hartford. 84 eastbound side, so between Middlebury and Waterbury. I-84 westbound side, also Cheshire, Connecticut. Merritt Parkway both ends back on West Haven, and Merritt Parkway eastbound side, so between Severed and Westport. 95 on the southbound side, so between Severed and Greenwich. 95 northbound side, so between Severed and Brentford. 95 on the southbound side, so between Guildford and Brentford. I-87 on both ends is back up between Albany and Glens Falls. And 92 on the northbound side, it's slow all the way down around Salem, New Hampshire. Beacher Channel News time is 5:07 on this Monday evening, and it's time now for a weather report. And it turned out to be a decent day in the weather department. Sun and clouds and a little bit of humidity. It's very humid, but it turned out to be a decent day despite the humidity. Alright, looking at current conditions at 5:08. 82 degrees the temperature in Norton, 2.70 degrees. Humidity 65%. Barometer 3.06 inches. Currently in Boston at 79, 81 in Beverly and Gloucester, 81 in Bedford, 88 in Pittsburgh, 82 in Worcester, 81 in Norwood and Taunton and New Bedford, 81 in Plymouth, 79 in Providence, 75 in Newport and in Buckhorn, 77 in Falmouth, 79 in Provincetown, 72 in Chatham, 75 in Moffat, 79 in Nantucket, 75 in Buckhorn, and it's 77 in Montauk, 81 in Islip, 82 in New York City, 82 in Bridgeport, 82 in New Haven, it's 81 in Denver, 81 in Waterbury, 82 in Middletown, Perry, 84 is in Winterloch and Hartford and Springfield, Mass, 85 in Greenfield, Massachusetts, and North Adams, Mass, 81 in Pittsfield, 86 in Albany, New York, it's 72 in Silver Springs, Rutland, Vermont, 83 in Bennington, Brattleboro, Vermont, 88 in Lebanon, New Hampshire, 86 in Keene, New Hampshire, 85 in Javin, New Hampshire, it's 87 in Nashville, New Hampshire, 8 in Manchester, New Hampshire, and in Concord, New Hampshire, 84 in Ludcourt, New Hampshire, 81 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 78 degrees up in Portland, Maine. Looking at the surface map around the country shows a warm front stretching the line from Ontario down to Minnesota and down around, merging with a state trip from Missouri, stretching down through the eastern Great Lakes and up around Northern Canada, Northern Maine, and down on Canadian Maritime to the whatever station front from The Maryland stretching off the Mid-Atlantic coast and a front from Georgia up the Appalachians. High pressure ridges around the Western Carolinas and Missouri and Michigan. And a stationary front from Idaho stretching down around Wyoming and emerging the cold front from the Dakotas all up around Saskatchewan and Manitoba. And a front stretching from Montana down to the Rockies. Another one stretching out in the mountain region. And another one from California down to Arizona down to the Gulf of California. And another high pressure ridges in Colorado, Arizona, and Northern Idaho, and low pressure ridges in western New York, north central Mexico, with a front down around Mexico, and a low pressure down around Arizona. 76 degrees temperature in Detroit, 81 in Pittsburgh, 76 in Chicago, 89 in Washington, D.C., 87 in Atlanta, Georgia, 90 in Miami, Florida, 94 in Dallas, Texas, 88 Brownsville, Texas, 87 in Albuquerque, Mexico, 93 in Phoenix, Arizona, 92 in Denver, Colorado, 94 in Salt Lake City, Utah, 104 in Las Vegas, 77 in LA, 68 in San Francisco, 73 in Seattle, and 79 degrees down in Great Falls, Montana. All right. Looking at radar, and it shows radar and satellite. And it shows a lot of showers and storms stretching line from northern New Brunswick down to northern and northwestern Maine, and down around northern and west central New Hampshire, and down through Vermont, upstate New York, and east central New York, and down around Pennsylvania, down Maryland, western New Jersey, and down around northwestern Virginia, and northeastern portions of West Virginia. And patchy rain showers around Toronto vicinity, and patchy clouds up around eastern Massachusetts, eastern Connecticut, Rhode Island, Cape Downs, and stretching all the way down to the Atlantic coast, and showers and storms off the Carolinas, and raining heavily with some storms from southern Georgia all the way down from northern Florida, from Jacksonville down for Orlando and east to Tampa. Rain showers and storms off the Gulf Coast and popcorn cluster showers and storms from the Carolinas down for northern Georgia, and for Alabama, Mississippi, down to Louisiana, down for Texas. From Houston all the way down west to San Antonio and Austin. And to the north, popcorn clusters of showers and storms from eastern Missouri down for southern Illinois, and clusters of showers and storms southern Indiana and southern Ohio, from Cincinnati down to east southeast of Columbus. And we're seeing a line of showers and storms from western Minnesota stretching to northern Minnesota, and raining around western Ontario down in southern Manitoba, northern North Dakota, and extreme northwestern portions of Minnesota. And popcorn clusters of showers and storms stretching from northern Mexico, stretching up the Rockies and up to northern Montana. And raining heavily around Rapid City and west central Nebraska. All right. This is what I'm thinking is going to be some pop-up showers and storms tomorrow. 2 points more humid. Then a shower thunderstorm late this evening across northwest Massachusetts, Maine, dry, but humid conditions are expected overnight. Spot shower thunderstorm, the humidity continuing is expected tomorrow. High pressure offshore will circulate warm and humid air into the region. But Thursday, a series of weak cold fronts may trigger a few thunderstorms each afternoon and evening, especially across the distant interior. However, much of the time will be featuring dry weather. Dry or less humid air overspreads the air begin on Friday, but then turn cool up into the weekend. Unsettled weather in the form of showers and thunderstorms may return sometime Sunday to Monday. In spite of the very EML in place over the much of southern New England this afternoon, a very robust inversion in South Maryland. At the base of the EML, where 750 millibar temperatures are running between 10 plus and 12 plus Celsius. Also, another general lack of force in an overall shear within the weak flow regime. The factors have continually mitigated and convective development across much of southern New England this afternoon, and this evening apparent only ALYCW, where the natural convection is dissipated and moves east. The trend is actually begin northeast with propagation thanks to parallel mid and upper level flow within the modest leftover jet street, and an intended weakening shortwave. With a shockwave continuing weakening, this will continue to rise overnight and only enhance in the gap. Lack of moisture often also an issue with K-valves. Of K-valves even on 18Z supplemental to sound from AOY are mainly in the 20s, and the combination of all of this feature would like to suggest little incorrect in the box CWA said for remnant charts, which are able to get hold of the given in Northwest Maine, Massachusetts mainly, or even after sunset, will highlight some overnight POPs, but those will be mainly west of the Connecticut Valley as the more stable area diminishes what little is expected to be left of the convection distance forward by. Latest piece of sale guidance. Otherwise, wish would be remain trapped in the low levels as dew points will hold in the low mid 60s, suggesting minimums will also fall for these values. We'll need to watch for it. Never around the fog marine stratus will just move on shore under the set floor. Late this evening and overnight, highest likely to be visibility that or below half a mile will be the Cape Mountains, but it's possible portions of the southeast Massachusetts, but I may see dense fog as well. Given uncertainty how far inland these impacts will occur, will hold up any dense fog advisory at the time, but this shouldn't. SBS heads up a dense fog advisory may be needed by late evening. And the latest on tropical storm Don, 5 p.m. advisory. So location 11.2 to north, 52.6 west. Master same winds 40 miles an hour. Moving west at 17 miles an hour. Tropical storm forces east of the Windward Islands. Watch the waters for a portion of the Windward Islands. And the government of Trinidad and Tobago has issued tropical storm warning for Grenada. The government of Barbados has issued tropical storm watch for Barbados and for St. Vincent and Grenadines. The government of St. Lucia has issued a tropical storm watch for St. Lucia. Tropical storm warning in effect for Grenada. A tropical storm watch is in effect for Barbados, St. Vincent and Grenadines, St. Lucia. A tropical storm warning means that tropical storm conditions are expected somewhere within the water area, in this case in the next 24 36 hours. Tropical storm watch means that tropical storm conditions are possible within the watch area, in this case next 24 36 hours. And Tristan and Trinidad and Tobago are Aruba. Bonnier and Crackers should monitor the podcast at on. For storm information specific area, please monitor the product decision by the National Meteorological Service. At 5 p.m., the center of tropical storm Dawn was located in latitude 11.2 to the north, longitude 52.6 west. Dawn is moving toward the west near 17 miles an hour, and then this motion is expected to continue Wednesday for a gradual increase in forward speed. On the forecast tracking, the center of Dawn will move forward the windward islands late Tuesday and Tuesday, and maximum seeing winds down near 40 miles an hour with higher gusts. Little change in the strength of this forecast during the next 4 hours, and tropical storm force to extend outwards 25 miles from the center. Estimated set pressure 1,009 millibars, rain with 80 inches. Tropical storm conditions are expected in the water area by late Tuesday and Tuesday night. Tropical storm conditions are expected by watch area by Tuesday and Tuesday night. Dawn is expected to produce total rain accumulation of 2 to 4 inches across the windward islands Wednesday morning. And we got an area disturbed weather located about 875 miles west southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. Some gradual development of the system is possible in the next few days while it moves slowly toward the west northwest and northwest with an open Atlantic Ocean. Formation just for us. Low 20%. Formation just by the 5 days. Low 30%. And I'm expecting tonight's lows to be 64 to 70 degrees and tomorrow's highs 76 to 85 degrees. And you're going to Fenway Park for the Red Sox. Toronto Blue Jays game to the Parkhouse Cars to be 81 degrees. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this. For tonight, we're going to have... Here's the following midnight. Otherwise, most clouds about 65 degrees. South about 6 at miles coming in evening. For Tuesday, Patchback 490 miles. Mostly clouds get credit. Sunny sky about 82 degrees. Southward about 3 to 7 miles on Tuesday. Patchback at 11 p.m. west. Increased clouds will have about low about 65 degrees. And southward about 6 miles coming in evening. Wednesday, slight temperature shots and thunderstorms at 1 p.m. Patchback 490 a.m. west. Most clouds about 86 degrees. Southwest about 3 to 6 miles about just page 20%. Wednesday, a Patchback after midnight. Otherwise, pop clouds what? 69 degrees and top about 3 to 6 miles an hour. For Thursday, slight showers and thunderstorms after 1 p.m. Most of the about 80 degrees, chest pressure 20%. Thursday night, chest showers between 7 p.m. and 4 a.m. Podcast about 69 degrees and chest pressure 30%. Friday, most sunny podcast about 87, about 63 degrees. Saturday, most sunny podcast about 83, about 61 degrees. Sunday, chest showers, partly sunny and most clouds about 81, about 66 degrees. Chest pressure 35%. And for Monday, chest showers, partly sunny about 85 degrees and chest pressure 30%. Here's weather phrase of the day. A humid night and tonight, tonight and tomorrow. Mix the sun and clouds. Keep your eyes peeled the sky for showers and thunderstorms to be pop of Brian. That's me for the period channel. 5 o'clock noon is July 17th, 2017 on a Monday evening at period. Have a good evening. Goodbye, day. And I'll see you at 11 o'clock for later report. We all have a good evening.